and you're like, oh, why do I get all the trash men? Well, that's because you guys are the same. You're putting it out there. Oh, I won't go on a walk date with him. Like, I need a fine steak dinner, and I need money spent on me.
Y'all, so let's say I got caught cheating on my man. My man left and refused to pay the rent this month. I went to the guy who I was messing around with and asked if he loan me the money for my rent until I get my income taxes. He had the nerves to say my financial struggle isn't his problem.
About these Houston girlies, they're sick, okay? They will take your van, take your bag, take your tires off your car.
These days, modern women use men as props to compete with each other.
These women will post photos of literally the crypt keeper with like, I do face tattooed, and the caption will be like, any red flags?
Y'all, I'm just trying to find a man that will eat tacos with me.
I don't really get asked out.
And he had asked me if he can use my cord. I called him like 15 minutes later. The phone kept going to the voicemail. He wiped me out. He took all my money.
There's a saying that women are allergic to accountability.
No, because I want you to repeat. I want you to repeat what you just said. Yeah, I don't care about you being in the shower. Repeat what you just said.
Bro, if you move that camera any lower, we gonna officially have started our OnlyFans.
This ain't that. Repeat what you said.
I said it seemed like that men, like women got this long grocery list of stuff that men got to work on, right? And we work on it and we get it done, and then the man be having a small list of stuff for the woman to work on, but they just make it seem like it's so hard to do.
No.
Like, yeah, y'all be having like 15 things and we achieve like 10 of them, but we be having like 3 things and y'all be like on half of one. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so...
No way.
It's so difficult.
No way, Hakeem.
I understand that the man got to cater to the woman, that's fine, but like, it's like, dang, I can't get one.
That is not true. That don't mean... Y'all clearly still here for a reason. Yeah, talk about it.
Love you.
No, but it don't say it like we ain't hitting them points. Don't do that, Buki.
I mean, y'all do it just y'all be slow.
And don't flex for this camera, cause I do that.
Do what? Get in here.
Damn, I have not gotten flued out in a while. Oh my gosh! About the last time I got flued out to Miami to see my ex-boyfriend, cause he had just bought a crib and his brother just had a baby, and like, I've been knowing him for mad long, so he was an uncle, and then we were still like, you know when you're cool with your ex, like you follow them low-key. So I saw him posting a baby, I congratulated him, and then he snuck his way into talking to me and telling me like, yeah, I just moved into my new crib, and he seemed like he was should I do a story time? Last time I got flued out? Oh my God, and then it was spring break weekend, so a one-way ticket to Miami in like 2021, $400. And let me tell you, he paid for the pussy, okay. He paid for the flight. He was so being so generous and so sweet and so nice. The trip, on the other hand, was, yeah.
Take your eggplant, and I swear to God, if you throw anything of mine on the floor that I give you, you're gonna have more than what you have right now.
Them little stitches stitched up, didn't you?
Go sit your ass over there.
Can I
Suit
say?
it up, Dad. No.
I have to. When Erica said I needed to be sweeter and she gave me the love tap, it caught me off guard. I'm a man at the end of the day.
Are you going to ruin the moment?
I absolutely have to.
She loves taps him. He takes that shit to heart. He is saying, nah, I gotta interrupt it.
What in the Bobby
Absolutely
Johnson? Pied Piper.
I absolutely have to.
And you want to be an emotional wreck. There's a baby cry.
I am more than willing to go home. Just off the simple fact that you slapped me on national television.
You got knocked out on national TV.
I don't care. Yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine.
To get me to
it's okay. But now, no. I'm going home. You just slapped me on national television. You just degraded me.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I'm not talking to you.
Back it up.
I'm not talking to you.
Go home for
I'm not talking to you.
Back it up.
And I'm not going nowhere. And I turn it up. I turn it up before I go. Before I go too.
Fucking night. Where you going ahead? The girl.
Why you do this again? I'll turn it up before I go too. I'll turn this bitch with Arius. Period. Move, man. You're not a man. You're not a man, so I'm not going there with you.
Obviously, I'm going through now. My 5-year relationship has ended. I'm literally miserable. I'm sad. Nothing's helping. Whatever.
Trying to find girlfriends in this treacherous ass city of mine. It's impossible because I live in Houston, and let me tell you about these Houston girlies. They're sick, okay? They will take your van, take your bag, take your tires off your car.
If you are a woman of leisure, you don't have responsibilities. Your responsibility is being a woman of leisure. If you are a housewife, you maintain and you manage the house. That's not a reward, it's a job. Whether it's only 20 hours a week, it's still a job.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it because y'all act like the men are wrong whenever they say it. Ladies, a lot of y'all are just lazy as buzznuck, okay? The type of housewife that y'all are trying to get credit for is not what being a housewife is really like today. Y'all not putting in the type of work that they had to put in as a housewife back in the day. Like, y'all trying to act like it's still the 1940s or so. Back then, when housewives had to wash clothes, baby, they was washing them clothes by hand and hanging them out to dry. They was tending to gardens and get the fruits and vegetables that they needed to cook with. When they cooked, oh baby, they was cooking. I'm talking about from scratch. They was cleaning chickens and making homemade dough like that. And then floors was dirty. They was down on their hands and knees cleaning. See, they were doing an actual job. I was on autopilot now. You can put some damn meat, potatoes, and vegetables in the crock pot, set that on low, and forget about it until dinner time. You need to wash some clothes, you just throw it in the washing machine. And the time it takes for them to wash and dry, you can be doing some. We not sitting there scrubbing all the dishes by hand no more. We have dishwashers. We put in the dishwasher, put some soap in it, press start, and go on about our business. Hell, I can't remember the last time I went to somebody's house and I didn't see one of the Roombas. Them damn robot vacuum cleaners, so y'all not vacuuming. Hell, really the only women who have a valid argument are the ones who have little bitty babies. But eventually, your kids get to the age where they at school all day. And then eventually, them kids get to the age where they gonna be helping you clean the house. Y'all remember them damn Saturday chores we was doing? Y'all can get mad all y'all want to. Y'all can call me a pick-me. I already know that the comments is coming. But I'm tired of y'all trying to get credit for being the type of housewife that don't exist no more.
Men can't believe that women are single by choice because men aren't single by choice.
I'm an emergency medicine doctor in my first year of residency, and my husband is a UPS driver. It's always such a weird take to me how often people are confused by this. The first time I can remember getting a comment like this, I was pre-med in college, and one of the girls in my sorority knew I was pre-med, and I had mentioned that my boyfriend at the time was coming to visit for the weekend, and she asked what he did for work. I told her he's a UPS driver. She went, "So you're gonna be a doctor married to a UPS driver?" Swear to God, that's what that did to me, to my face. I think prior to that, I never even had a notion that that was something unusual or that others would view as strange. Because I'm sure like everything in life, it goes back to how you were raised and how you were brought up. I was raised in a small town. My dad didn't go to college. Multiple family members didn't go to college. I wasn't raised to view status or wealth or a prestigious job to equate to a person's worth. That aspect in and of itself has always been strange to me. But I think what bothers me more is the inherent sexism associated with this. Let's be real, if he was the doctor and I was a stay-at-home mom or a teacher, or if I did nails or hair or whatever, literally no one would think twice about it. It's only that I am the woman and will one day be the breadwinner. Side note, I think it's hilarious when I get these comments of, oh, he's just after you for your money, Well, we have been together for 8 years and I have never given that man anything but hundreds and thousands of dollars worth of debt, so. And I'm not even saying that my way is the correct way. I understand if some women value like higher education, they want partners in like the same scope of practice as them, whatever. Like that's fine, there's nothing wrong with that. Just like there's nothing wrong with me choosing my partner based on the quality of his character, how he shows love for me, etc. So I guess to answer your original question, I go to my job as a doctor, he goes to his job as a UPS driver, and then we come home together to each other as man and wife. That's how that works.
Telling you, modern women gonna ruin your relationship every single time so y'all can be miserable together.
My student goes, "Be real with me. Who did you vote for?" I was like, Keisha, I can't talk about that with you guys. And she's like, "No, I need to know your values." Oh, I said, Keisha, I don't think that's right. I've already asked a bunch of teachers and they've told me. And I was like, well, I don't think that's right. I think school should be a secular, politically diverse place. You should be able to come and believe what you want. This is a matter of right and wrong. I was like, Keisha, no, I don't, like, what? We shouldn't be talking about that. She was like, oh, so you voted for Trump? And I was like, whoa, don't be putting me in that box. I'm sweating over here.
I'm gonna tell Keisha like my dad used to tell me, go sit your little narrow behind down somewhere and stay out of grown folks' business.
But before I go to bed, I ain't gonna drink no more wine. But before I go to bed, I just want to tell this to my ex-situationship, baby, f you. You hear me? Baby, f you. Okay. I'm going to bed now, y'all. Good night.
Y'all, so it say I got caught cheating on my man with them. My man left and refused to pay the rent this month. I went to the guy who I was messing around with and asked could he loan me the money for my rent until I get my income taxes. Really had the nerves to say my financial struggle isn't his problem. This is so messed up because I wouldn't be in this situation if it wasn't for this. I could have still had my man and my stability. The fact that I have to suffer because all I did was love another man is so unfair. It's sad that these men don't know how to be men anymore and aren't being there for us women during these hard times. So we not gonna take accountability for anything. She was moving ass backwards from the beginning. How you finding out he broke after the fact? How is he broke but you asking him to pay your rent after trying to get somebody else to pay your rent that you cheated on? You gotta make this make sense. She confused as hell on how this works.
All right, self-awareness is going to be needed for you to grasp this concept, but bringing back the truth. I just saw a girl post. She was like, when a guy asked me out to a casual coffee date, but my ex took me to Italy and all these places. She listed a bunch. When girls post and they're like posting the lifestyles of the guys that they're seeing, and they're only limiting their posts to material items, whether it's just nice travel, purses, fine dining, all that type of stuff. When you go to a guy's page, usually the guys who are going after you, and you'll wonder why, but the guy who has highlights and it's the same thing where it's his fine travel and he's following 1,000 girls and it's clear through his posts that he's looking for a certain type of girl. Just, you could look at his following and you could see, and you're like, oh, why do I get all the trash men? Well, that's because you guys are the same. You're putting it out there. Oh, I won't go on a walk date with him. Like I need a fine steak dinner and I need money spent on me because my time matters. You're trying to find out if you like an individual. The same way that if you go to his following and none of those girls even live in the same country as him, but they do have a nice rack and bottom. You get what I'm saying? You're looking for one thing, not an individual who you could grow to know and love. You're looking for pockets and deep pockets to give you what you want, not an individual. And he's looking for, and that's why you guys meet each other and procreate way too early and divorce, and you get what I'm saying?
So I have been told I am intimidating. I don't think I'm very intimidating. I am 5'10" and I do wear heels. Maybe that's plays a factor into it. But I don't really get asked out. I get attention, but it's more like catcalling, like about the hair, or oh, she's a model. But it's just guys yelling things out at me. Most of the time, it's just I like your hair. And I'm like, oh, thank you. And then that's it. That's the end of the conversation. It's just a quick 1-2 exchange. You can ask my friends when we're outside. It's just significantly older guys who approach me. And it's just I'm 20. I'm not trying to get with a 45-year-old single dad. I'm sorry. But yeah, girl, no one cute. Don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe I'm not cute enough.
Oh, you're so pretty. How are you single? There's not a problem with my looks. I'm insane. And usually you can get that vibe off the first 5 minutes.
One of the most unattractive things that a man can do is to moan about money and consistently talk about the lack thereof of money. And for a woman that is looking for a long-term relationship and the man starts presenting issues or moaning about money, she's immediately going to be turned off. And I'm going to explain why. And it may not be for the reasons that you think it is. And for every man out there that likes to moan that women are gold diggers when she has this as a concern when it comes to compatibility within relationships, I can assure you that not every woman is concerned about owning a Birkin.
I was one of those girls who was people that pick out their ring with their partners are so boring. Shut up. I wish I went ring shopping with my partner. Because you know what happened? Yeah, you could guess. Mind you, I just lost my job. And I went to my man and I was like, I don't like it. Can you imagine? You go and buy this ring for this woman that you love. You spend thousands of dollars on it. And she told you she don't like it. And she don't got a job. But now that I have a job, I can speak on it. The public can know. We are going straight to that ring store when I get my first check. And we are trying on rings together. Okay. So to avoid that, definitely recommend going to the ring shop with your partner.
If y'all are looking for a sign to cut off your toxic situationship, I'll tell you right now, don't. There was no good in that. Self-respect, I don't give a text me, ho, I know you're thinking about me.
As a 29-year-old woman,
I would love to know, like, what do you think the oldest I should date is, and what is the youngest I could date? I personally feel like no more than 10 years older. I mean, I don't think I would even date a 39-year-old. My mom thinks like 36. My stepdad thinks like no more than 3 years older than me. So that brings me to like 33, 34. Younger, like I'm not going any younger than 27. I don't care how mature like a guy says he is. It doesn't matter. Like, it's just like you're not going to be on the same maturity level as me. And also I've been burned in the past by dating younger. So like, it's just like not worth it, but would love to know everybody's thoughts.
Modern women seem to always give themselves credit for something that they don't really have. In this case, for her, it's maturity. I'm not going any younger than this because this. I'm not going, what did he say, 27? Because maturity would be an issue. Come on now. Come on. This was going to make you stay single. If you was mature enough, then you would have already set your upper and lower limit for age. You would have already known that. Number one. Number two, you'd have been able to ask some qualifying questions to be able to get to the answer that you want from the person, really, quite honestly and truly, at any age, to be honest. But here you are sitting in a car, driving out underneath the clouds, asking silly questions like this. Do better.
So apparently you can tell how much a man loves or prioritizes his wife and his kids in comparison to himself, depending on what the wife and husband drive. So we're gonna test this theory out today. So this is what my husband drives. Along with this, along with this, along with this, and this, and this, and this. There's also a race car that's being built, and he's looking into buying an ATV. Now let me show you what I drive. Ta-da! This is mine. I think it's safe to say that you love yourself more.
Whatever.
You love yourself more. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The car, then the ATV. The math. The people of TikTok have spoken, and they're trying to convince me to divorce my husband and that he doesn't like me nor love me because of the car that I drive. Because I showed you guys in comparison the truck and the toys that we also have, and everyone's convinced that they're not mine either. Everything is his, so therefore I should divorce him and run while I still have the chance. So I'm going to take you guys on a little bit of a tour, and I'm going to clarify some things. Exhibit A. We have the truck. Why do we have the truck? Because we have the boat, we have the dirt bikes, we have the quad. You can't enjoy any of those things without a truck. Exhibit B. This would be my husband's Harley, which me and my husband made a deal. If I was allowed to get a mommy makeover, the whole 9, not the BBL, I didn't do the BBL. We made an agreement. If I could get that done, then he could get a bike. That was the agreement that we came up with. So I'm literally wearing the money. He got a bike. Also, a lot of people seem to be confused and think that we keep all of our stuff outside, which we don't. There is a boat garage right behind me where everything is hidden and concealed. So no, HOA does not hate us, and neither do our neighbors. Here's another example of something that my husband got me. I said I didn't want a house in Arizona if it didn't have a pool. That man made sure that I had an amazing pool and an amazing backyard. Do you guys see how this is a completely different garage? Okay, cool. Here's the boat. It's a wakeboard boat. We go out on this all the time. We make a lot of memories together. It is our favorite thing to do during the summertime, especially with having kids and with having friends. You'll also notice all the wakeboards and the snowboards behind me because my husband is an active person and he likes to have hobbies. So my husband likes to go out and do things while other guys, they like to get drunk or play video games. I will take this over that any day.
When she said mommy makeover, I already knew. Looking at her face from the first video, she was talking about this is the car that I drive. And I'm looking at her face. I was like, there's all the money right there in her face. No shade. But then she comes back in this video and confirms it. Number one. Number two, when she talked about him going out and doing other things, staying active instead of getting drunk. If they'd have went to her page, they would have known that's a big deal to her. She's got I think a sobriety Discord or something like that, just wanting to stay clean and not drink and all that other stuff. So that being important, but instead, most modern women want you to be as miserable as they are. And they wonder why they can't find a good man like this. They're not finding the rich man. They can't get married. Men don't approach.
I remember I was talking to this dude and we was texting and he was like, "What you doing?" I was like, "Nothing, just in the kitchen cooking." He was like, "What you cooking?" I was like, braised short rib, garlic mashed potatoes, and broccolini. Girl, I was in that kitchen making Doritos with cheese and meat whole time.
These days, modern women use men as props to compete with each other or to compete with other women. We only dating how to compete with our homegirls to like talk about who can get what from who has the based off of what he do for you and X, Y, and Z, not off of like genuine characteristics and genuine interests no more.
It's literally always the guys that pursue you first that will then proceed to be like, "Well, I'm just actually not in a good place for a relationship."
Y'all just don't be heard. And I'm sorry, I'm not gonna hold y'all hand as I say that, but most of the time when us guys be like, "Oh, we're not ready for a relationship," some of the time it's because we hung out with you, we got to know you, and you just not our compatible person. Now someone be like, "Oh my God, why are you lying? You can just tell us the truth." A lot of you don't handle rejection well. And this isn't me saying men handle rejection better than women. That's not what I'm saying at all. We're just saying when we do be honest with some of you, you guys get offended when we say we really don't like you because you've probably never heard that before. You probably have multiple dudes drooling over you, and then you finally come across someone that's really not feeling you, and you don't know how to handle it. Because the only thing that ends up happening, now you got rejected, now you start making unnecessary comments talking about, "I really didn't like you. I was just giving you a chance. You not my type." But sweetheart, you was just trying to call me daddy and talking about how you wanted to get married in 48 hours. I wish some of you actually understood how much a man will take and just take the responsibility for just to save your feelings.
I don't know if any other girls are in the Are We Dating the Same Guy groups on Facebook. They're amazing. You need to join. But these women will post photos of literally the crypt keeper with like, "I will you," face tattooed. And the caption will be like, "Any red flags? I'm begging you to look at photo, Jessica."
Y'all, I'm just trying to find a man that will eat tacos with me at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. That's it. Tacos.
Okay, so I don't even know how I'm gonna tell y'all this, but I need to tell somebody. I was wondering if y'all can kind of help me too. So I met this guy and we've been dating for like 4 days, and he had asked me if he can use my card, my bank card, to fill up his tank at the gas station. So I gave him my card to go to the gas station because I'm not petty, you know. I'm not petty. I called him like 15 minutes later. The phone kept going to the voicemail. So I kept calling him again, kept going to the voicemail. Then I called from my other business phone because I got a business phone, and the phone number was changed. So he got my bank card, changed his phone number, hurry up and check my account. He wiped me out. He took all my money. I don't know what to do. I just wish he'd call me. I thought we was really hitting it off. But I guess I was wrong. His name was Roy. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I'm trying not to cry because he took all my money. I had like $9,000 in the bank, and now I only have 92 cents in the bank. Yeah.
There's a saying that women are allergic to accountability, and to some extent I believe it's true. But the problem is that women want a high value man, but they don't recognize that a high value man is going to expect them to hold themselves accountable and take responsibility for their behaviors, their actions, their goals, and all of those things. And if they don't do it, then the high value man will. And then sadly, when the man does do that, they think he's a jerk, or they say that he's a toxic masculine. But the thing is that they're letting their pride and ego get in the way of having a really remarkable relationship. So when you have a high value man, you have to realize that you have to put in a lot of work and a lot of effort, and it's worth it to create that synergy that comes in those types of relationships.
I regret making being a mom my dream.
Hi, I'm the girl with the list, and if you haven't seen that full video yet, I will link it below. It's a bit of a long one, so I will be recapping it here, but Sabrina deserves all the love in the world for posting something so brave, so real, so vulnerable.
I have been severely disappointed with the dream, and my daughter is the cutest, most beautiful. I would give my life for her in 2 seconds. I would do it all over again for her. Being a mother is the most draining experience of your life. It changes every single person around you. Relationship with your husband, relationship with yourself. I am so fat. I don't recognize myself. None of my clothes fit me. Can't take care of myself. I can't eat when I want to. I can't go out and just get a Dunkin' whenever I want to. I can't film a video whenever I want to.
Baby literally interrupting her, crying, screaming about its needs while she's trying to lament and vent and in that way fulfill her needs is perfect representation. She can't even voice her own needs because the baby is so much louder than she is.
You don't know what you don't know.
And that right there is the perfect summary, the thesis of why I do what I do. We don't know what we don't know. For so many women, the reality of it is, once they find out, there's no going back. And that's why I've made it my literal life's purpose to reach as many women as possible and share these things, share the reality before we find ourselves in a position where it is point of no return. So we can decide if those sacrifices are worth it. If they're not, that's okay. And if they are, now you're going to be prepared. Now you're going to know what you're in for. There are so many ideas surrounding motherhood that are, oh, motherhood is the best thing that you're ever going to do. It's going to make you so happy. It's going to make your life better. You're going to be the best version of yourself. But motherhood is not a one size fits all. It is the longest, hardest battle you will ever fight. And there is so much love and joy that comes from it. So for some women, that is a battle that they want to fight. But you don't have to. You don't have to be a mom. You will be happy if you don't become a mom. You will find other things to bring you joy. There is nothing I love more than real moms coming on this app and telling young, impressionable girls who have been bombarded every moment of their lives with, this is your duty, this is what you're going to do with your life, this is what you're going to choose and it's going to make you happy, this is what you should do. I love it when moms come on this app and say, you don't have to do that. In fact, don't do it. Wait a little bit, experience your life, figure out who you are, because I wish I still had the opportunity to go back and travel and spend my money on myself and to do things that made me happy. And that is what I strive to do with this platform. It is so important to me. I have literally made this my life's work and I couldn't be happier with it. I think it's so important for women to hear this message, and not just from people who don't have kids, but from people who do have kids. One last thank you to Sabrina. Send her some support. She deserves it. And don't forget to take your birth control.
Well, it sounds like if you actually listen to what she's saying, she's having a terrible period in her life. It's like, this is going wrong, that's going wrong, this is going wrong, that's going wrong. And we really don't have any context for what happened outside of, well, I had my child and now everything has just turned to trash. And it's also, I think, teaching irresponsibility. There was a woman in the comments that said, I found out I was pregnant yesterday and already booked an appointment with the doctor. This is not for me. I'm so happy I have the support and freedom to make the right choice for me. Exactly. Irresponsibility. This is why you guys cannot find the love of your life, because men can see, and this is just an extended situation. You guys are not responsible. You guys only care about yourself. You don't have the aptitude. You don't have the bandwidth or the capacity to care about anybody else for an extended period of time. It's always going to come back to, what am I comfortable with? Ever since I heard that quote from somebody, it always sticks in my head. And it was a woman that said, a woman's comfortability is always going to be at the forefront. And modern women continue to show that on full display. Also, too, what you should probably be talking about is her, like a lot of women, making something their sole purpose in life, right? If a man were to say, man, the only thing I want to do in life is be rich, then when he gets rich, man, what else is there to life? Other things, a lot of other things, dude. You shouldn't have made just having money being the sole purpose of your life. You should have got out there and done some other things. But you can get money and do other things at the same time to fulfill your life. You made being a mother, just like modern women make, oh, I just want a good man. Oh, I just want a man 6 figures, 6 feet, 6 inches, or 6 pack. That's all that I want. You never focus on the character of the man. And that's when you get caught, sometimes, literally speaking, unfortunately for you, with your pants down.